This is a short video on proactivity and the importance of being proactive. I've had so many things happening lately in personal life and extracurricular activities, work, business, all of those things that have required more and more proactivity from myself. If you've read the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, habit number one, I was going to say rule number one, habit number one, besides all else, it's this hierarchy of habits. Habit number one is be proactive. And at the essence of being proactive, it's both internal and external. And it starts internally. It starts with a mindset of responsibility, a mindset of self-awareness, all of these things that really help you to enable you to externally to be proactive. You can't be proactive with your hands if you're not proactive with your mind. So it starts internally so that it can manifest itself externally. And what being proactive about externally means is you've got to make the phone calls. You've got to ring the people. You've got to chase the people. You've got to keep things moving along. When no one else wants to keep things moving along, they're fart-assing around and stuffing around and slowing things up. You're the one that has to move them forward. The classic saying that I've heard in project management over the years is herding the cats. As a project manager, you've got to herd the cats. Basically everyone's running around like a stray cat, and you need to keep diverging them down the channel, converging them down the channel, down the chute, wherever. That's your role as a project manager. But that extends into so many other areas of life. Being proactive. And for me, I've had to do this a lot more lately. I've had lots of different other things going on. I won't go into details, but man, it gets to the point where you can end up being so proactive that you've got, you're the clown you're not a clown, but you're the clown in the circus, and you've got too many balls to juggle. And having a proactive mindset, you actually end up needing to get to this point where you feel so consumed, you feel like you're drowning almost in a good way. But the proactive mindset says that you need to accept responsibility for the hole that you're in. Not a bad hole, but the hole of too many balls going up in the air. And then, then you've got to move into the other 6 habits that show up in the book. But, you're going to get to that point where you end up so proactive, and it might happen really quickly, that you've just got too much going on. You've got to accept that responsibility rather than try and push it away or just let it go and let everything fall by the wayside. It's a challenge that I'm learning more and more about as I grow older. I think I've probably been learning about this ever since I was a little kid, a teenager moving into adult years. But man, there's so much that's been happening lately that has reminded me about being proactive, because I've had a couple of things fall over or slow down or be limited because I haven't been the one that's been proactive. That idea, that sense of responsibility that someone else is going to do it. No, make the assumption that they're not, and that you're going to have to chase them up, follow them up, remind them, keep things moving along. I'm not saying you have to do everything. You end up being an enabler in that case. You don't want to ever enable anyone, but you've got to be proactive, and you've got to push not only yourself, you've got to push the whole team along for the ride as well. So that's my little rant on proactivity. Be proactive. Habit number one, numero uno.